the most challenging experiences you go through are actually pathways to living a more abundant life. And this is because challenges typically empty us out of the blockages we have when it comes to receiving. Challenges force us to face our wounds of unworthiness and not good enough. Challenges actually help us discover our strength and the strength we need to take aligned action. The aligned action that's required to build a life that we want to experience on earth. And I will say as a caveat, when you start getting more and more self-realized, you don't mind any experience, and all experience is perfect. And so both things are true. And, it's like, yeah, when you go through challenges, you get purified, you get cleaned out, you know your strength, you know your power, you know your worth, you come to know who you really are. And it's like, as that happens, as you go through, as you keep up leveling on this journey, it's true. It's like, yeah, you'll most likely, maybe, become more and more abundant. You'll become a magnet, in a sense, for more abundance. But also, you also need it much less too, because you really discover like true abundance is within you. And you are abundance itself. There isn't actually nothing but abundance, and everything else is kind of a program. Like lack and scarcity isn't real. It's a program that over time becomes uninstalled. And feeling your own abundance in you doesn't mean you're gonna have whatever amount of money that your egoic spiritual ego was going for or something. You might have 10 times more. You don't know. But there's a sense of like, you just feel abundant. You're abundant with ideas. You're abundant with love. You're abundant with peace. And as you get more and more self-realized, it also doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if terror is coming up, or you're in lower states of consciousness or lower frequencies, because those are seen as God as well. And so everything it is. I just want to say both sides of this, because yeah, it's true. You get emptied out, you heal deep wounds of unworthiness, you start to know that you're worthy to receive love and support. And then naturally life just starts supporting you. And abundance can be also like synchronicity and opportunity. I think in the Western world, we get fixated on abundance as just money. And yeah, that's one aspect. And I love money personally. Money is amazing. Money is a vehicle to do things I love to do. But also what I love to do is so fucking simple. I love to do nothing. And I love to travel, let's be real. I do love to travel. But that's the other thing too. You'll get more abundant, but also your needs become much less because you're so fulfilled from within. So that spiritual ego that wanted abundance because it wanted to buy a Ferrari, when you get to a certain level, it's just like, you appreciate beautiful material things. You see a beautiful car, you're like, wow, that's beautiful. But you also realize it's not gonna do anything for you. It's not gonna make you happy. You appreciate a beautiful home, but you also realize like, okay, it's just, you see like happiness isn't outside of you, and like a material abundance and external abundance doesn't make you happy. It can be appreciated, it can be enjoyed, it's cool, but you get in touch with the source of real abundance, which is your own heart, which is your own energy, your own divine light. And so, yeah, it's like challenges do cultivate this sense of beingness, this sense of energetic field where you're just gonna go through life with more abundance, but it's because the external is reflecting the internal, right? And it is funny how you start to get things right when you don't need it. There was this author, I can't remember his name, Robert something. It was all about when I was learning energies and levels of energy, when that was really alive for me. he wrote the book Levels of Energy, and he talked about that phenomena of like desire. It's like we really want something and it just always seems to elude us. But the moment we become okay without it, it comes right to us. It's because we've become a magnet of attraction. We've let go of that chasing energy, that attachment energy, that seeking energy that comes from lack. So a lot of people want abundance because they think and they want abundance outside of themselves, right? Because they think when they get it, they'll feel whole within. But if you attract something from lack, it's not going to make you feel abundant. It might work for like a minute or a day or a week or whatever, but it's going to actually amplify your sense of lack, and you're going to feel like you need more of it, more of it, more of it. And that's not true abundance. But when you actually tap into true abundance, it's actually liberation, it's freedom. Your needs have all been met in a deep way, in the deepest way. And then, and then things are just appreciated. Experience is just, it's just enjoyed for what it is. That you're not trying to pull something out of anything anymore, You're not trying to get something out of it to fill you up because you're already whole. And so challenges actually take you to this place where you start to feel whole. You're connected to your strength, to your power. You've healed unworthiness wounds. You've released and emptied out a bunch of terror. The trauma has been transmuted. You feel embodied. You're in your body more. That's another form of massive abundance, is just being in your body. I mean, if you haven't been in your body before and all of a sudden you start coming into your body, holy fuck. So many chills saying this. That's a level of abundance that people don't even talk about. And you can't even imagine how good it feels to be in your body. And from there, it's just natural. Yeah, you'll attract, like attracts like. I mean, it is what it is. And sometimes we're also have a soul destiny where we got to go through tough things. I don't care how healed you get. I've seen one of my teachers in particular has a very high vibration, super self-realized, and he's been through really hard times. So, this whole thing about abundance and law of attraction, it's not going to save you from having to go through challenges, because challenges are the very thing that upgrade your consciousness. I don't care what level you attain, there's going to be the next, at any level in any video game, there's the challenge, right? There has to be. That's the contrast. That's what makes this game worth playing. So there's always going to be that. I don't care what level you get to or how healed you become. And like I said, it gets to a point where you start transcending a lot of this. But this download just came through, and who am I to judge it? I'm just the messenger. Some of y'all probably want to hear something like this. So fun times, just letting it flow. Much love.